Hey folks, Crazy Cajun here. Today I'll be bringing you a dish called pork and beans and spaghetti. Now let me tell you a little history about this dish. I was dating my husband and we go to his mama's place and she cooked that and I looked at him like, what? And I'm like, oh no, I am not trying that. Yuck. Well, lo and behold, we get married, and I said, I'll cook your dish because you love that dish. And wow, to my surprise, I enjoyed it. And it has become, over the years, one of my family's favorites. Now, I will say this, I have tweaked it a little bit because I like to put my onion and bell pepper, put a little celery and garlic. I also use an andouille sausage. So the dish consists of my way of doing it, the chopped seasoning, the sausage, 2 cans of, my family insists on, Showboat brand pork and beans. So 2 cans of that, and Hormel chili. Yes, canned chili. But you boil the noodles, which I've already done, and I've set them aside in this pan. So I cooked them a little more al dente. So go ahead and cover this and just kind of let that set aside because God forbid I would mix it together with the sauces because my family's like, oh no, you're going to ruin it. Got to keep it separate. So what we're going to do right now, come on in. I'm going to put a little avocado oil because that's the oil I like to use. And I'm going to go ahead and start this dish off by frying down the andouille. So we'll get this andouille fried up. We're gonna fry it on a medium, like in this case, a number 6, because I have an electric stove, oven, range, whatever you wanna call it. We'll get that fried up. When that starts to get good and brown, I'll go ahead and add my seasonings. I'll cook these chopped seasonings to its limp. After that, the next ingredient to go in would be the Hormel chili. Let that cook a little bit and then add 2 cans of Showboat pork and beans along with the juices minus the fat. Have to throw the fat away, but we'll use the juices. Then I'll go ahead and use parsley, garlic powder, and sloppy mama spices. Okay, come on in. Now that you see this is starting to brown, in fact, you see how it's even caramelizing on the pan? When that happens, I usually add a little chicken broth. So let me grab some chicken broth out of here just to kind of deglaze the pan a little bit. Now you don't have to do that. I choose to do that. It's just my thing. And now, you see how it's loosening up off the pan? And that, those flavors will mix in. I'm going to go ahead and add this garlic, some onion, some bell pepper, some celery, and get that mixed in good. And I'm gonna keep this cooking on that medium until those chopped seasonings get a little limp. So then the next thing to go in would be the chili. And we'll be bringing that to you here in a little bit once these chopped seasonings get limp. Come on in and see. I want you to see how these seasonings are getting good and limp. You can see how they're good and limp. So now in the sausage, the andouille sausage is a little more brown. So now is a good time to go ahead and add this Hormel chili. I know it looks gross, but oh, and by the way, it's chili, no beans. I used to use hot chili. Can't find it no more without the beans up here, at least at upstate where I'm at. But I compensated for that, and my andouille spicy hot, because you know us Crazy Cajuns, we like that fire spice. Now we'll just fry this down just a little bit, and once this cooks down a little bit, probably 5 minutes or so, then I'll go ahead and add the Showboat beans. But we just want to let this cook a little bit by itself. So come on in. We're fixing to put the Showboat beans in. See how it's been cooking, and this is how it looks after it's been frying down a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add these pork and beans. I already pulled the fat out, but so we're gonna add this with the juices. Excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna get all this. And once it's together, we'll add a little water too, so it can simmer down with it. 2 cans with the juices. I'll add my spices in a little bit. But right now, I just want it to cook down like it is. And we'll just get this mixed in. I lowered the fire to number 4. So, got it on a 4 now. And we'll just get that mixed in all together. And this is going to end up going on top of your pasta. I know you're like I was initially, like, what? But believe me, it works. It really works. You don't think it will, but it does. It's starting to get a little bubbly underneath. I can hear it and you can kind of see it starting to get a little bubbly. That's a good time that you know, okay, that's been cooking enough by itself. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little parsley. I'm gonna put a little garlic powder. And get that extra kick with the slap your mama. Not too much though, because the andouille is fire, so we don't want to be a burning palate here. So we'll go ahead and get that mixed up good. I went ahead and put probably not quite half a can of water in each of these cans. So I'm gonna add that. And I'm gonna add that. And I'm gonna add that. And I'm gonna get this mixed up good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lower it to 2 and just kind of let it get it all stirred up. And I'm gonna cover it, and I'm gonna let that, not a full cover, but you see it's real liquefied right now. We're gonna let it cook until that gets back thick. So we'll put a cover with a cracked top so some of them steams can get on out of there. And I'll check it and stir it every so often periodically and watch for it to thicken up, and I'll show you when it's thick and we'll go from there. Okay, I want you to see this. It's been cooking. I had to raise my fire to 3 because 2 just wasn't enough heat. See how it's all bubbly? And you know, if you have too much water, I think I had a little too much. It just, all it does is take a little longer to cook, but it's getting thick. You can do this and see how it's getting pretty thick. When I turn it off and take it off the fire, I'm gonna push it on a back burner and let it sit for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And then it'll get thicker yet. You don't want it too thick. You're looking for that sweet spot. And you'll see it. I'll show you. Now, this has been sitting on the back burner with the fire off about 20 minutes. So you just judge. I kept checking on it, and I was looking for that sweet spot. And this is what you want to look for. See, it's not too thick, not too thin, because when you serve it over the pasta, that's the consistency you would like. Okay, come on in. Now, we'll see how we serve it up. I had already put some Flap Your Mama and some butter on the pasta. So I'll just take a little pasta. Get a little pasta. And a little of the pork and beans mixture. Pork and beans and andouille. And we're going to go have a taste then and see how it tastes, how it came out. Tabitha's gonna be the taster. She's already fixed hers. I'm gonna leave mine right here. Tabitha, it's on you.
Okay.
It's on you. Tell us what you think.
I'll be the real judge. Just right. Perfect. You don't want to change anything. You don't want nothing fancy. You want the showboat pork and beans. You want the hormel chili with the andouille sausage. Just right.
And if you notice, look at her portion. Look at my portion. Whose favorite meal is this? Anyway, more to come. See you soon.